If you're anything like many of my clients, when you've heard networking before, you think, ew, transactional, pushy, sleazy, scammy, salesy. But that's networking with a push mentality. Instead of thinking about building an ecosystem that can generate clients, collaborators, and friends. So in today's video, we are going to talk about 4 different types of networking that are actually not at all about giving free sales advice or pushing your business card onto someone, that can intentionally build your business. Let's dive in. Most people think of networking as a push activity. I'm going to push my business cards onto lots of people. I am going to push to get referral partners to be interested in me. I'm going to push to expand my network. I'm going to push, push, push. That's what a lot of people think networking is. It's meet people, get clients. It's a one-step transactional move. But in reality, the way we get to be liked, the way we build business, the way we build our ecosystems is by being interested in people. This comes right from Dale Carnegie. In order to be well liked, you must like. In order to be seen as interesting, you must be interested in them. So while traditional networking is very one-way, pushy, very monologue focused, we're going to talk about how to reframe networking into ecosystem building and how that looks different for every potential type of group of people you're talking to. And again, in networking, we are not trying to network to find clients, because if you've been on the channel for any length of time, you've heard me talk about that clients are more likely going to be interested in working with you if you come from a trusted source, if you come from a referral partner, if you come from them hearing you speak in one of their communities or a guest or hear you as a podcast. There is the trust transfer where someone else trusts you enough to give you the stage, to vouch for you, to put you on their platform, and therefore you are more likely to listen and hear what they have to say and think that they're the right fit versus someone coming directly at you. In this case, networking with potential clients might come last. So we'll talk about the 4 different groups of people that you will want to be building your network with, ecosystem building, and how some of those initial conversations might go in order to be first interested in them to be interesting. Group 1, this is your potential referral partners. So these are people where they are adjacent service providers, they are upstream or downstream of you. There really is a shared commonality. And instead of guessing whether or not we're just seeing if we're cool people or collaborators or whatever, if you think they're a referral partner, have a conversation explicitly designed to say, we do different things for the same people that at some point in time we might be able to refer business to each other. Again, you are not locking in a referral agreement or trying to come up with the money that changes hands. You're simply having a conversation to say, what do you do? Who do you do it for? What don't you do? Who don't you do that for? And then seeing whether or not it makes sense to continue learning about one another over time. So that conversation could be, are we actually a fit to potentially refer business to each other someday? There's more you have to do in order to refer business. You have to know them, you have to like them, you have to trust them, you have to see how they work and see results, but you can generate the initial, yeah, at some point, this makes sense for us to continue the dialogue. So that can be a very structured conversation of, could we at some point refer business to each other? So that's one, potential referral partners. I don't think you have to go into it saying, oh, I don't know if they're going to want to refer me. Put your cards on the table and say, I think we could potentially serve the same business. Let's talk about it. 2, these are potential collaborators. These are people you genuinely want to get to know because at some point you genuinely might want to do something together. So again, these might be potential referral partners, but they may not necessarily come across your ideal client, but they might have a cool message. They might have access to an audience that you otherwise don't have access to. You might have an access to an audience that they want to have access to. Also, you just might have shared vibes and values. So there are people that won't necessarily send me business because we don't work with the same people, but could be interesting to collaborate together just because they're cool human beings. So at that point, you might want to get to just know what they do, what their point of view is, who they are. Again, you are not trying to pitch them anything. You're not trying to pitch collaborations unless it's a fit. You are just simply trying to learn about them. Group number 3 is what I call cool ass humans. Here you are connecting with people for the sincere curiosity to know more about them, and that you're looking to be curious about them. This could be a potential client someday. This could just be like someone who you're like, you're doing cool stuff. I'd like to learn more about you. Again, sometimes we have networking conversations to further our business goals. Sometimes we just have conversations with other cool people, because the more cool people that we know and the more people that know about us, they might not be a quote unquote referral partner, because they might not come in contact with your ideal client enough for them to be someone that you necessarily invest in as a referral partner with like frequent collaborations, frequent gifts, frequent thank you notes, although everyone should get a thank you note. But these might just be people you're like, you're cool. I want to hear more about you. I want to know what communities you're in. I want to know what your hobbies are. I want to know about you, period, so that I can be helpful, so that I can make connections for you, so that I can know what you're interested in, so that I can celebrate and signal boost and spotlight you. And oh, by the way, the more you do that for people, the more they're like, man, she's really on her stuff. I want to send clients her way, even if I don't know her as well yet, because she's showing up with such interest and curiosity about me that she makes me feel seen. She makes me feel special. And if you have the capacity to be able to do that, meet a bunch of cool ass humans, because you don't know who will change your life. And finally, the last group that you might network with is potential clients. So you can network with potential clients in a whole lot of ways first before you necessarily get on a call and say like, buy my stuff, which please don't do that. You can be like, where do my potential clients hang out? Go join those communities, have conversations. Again, be interested in them. Why did they join that community? What are they hoping to get out of it? What are their goals for the next 2 to 3 months? What are interesting things that they are doing in their lives? You get to be interested in them as a human being. At some point, you may say, these are people I'd like to work with, so I'm going to expand my network in search of new audiences, in search of that network, that ideal network of people I want to work with. And then at some point, you might have like networking conversations with potential clients where you really do say, what problems do you have? And what's keeping you from solving them? What do you think is the challenge? And what's the value to your organization? And if you can help them, great. If you say, actually, you need to go to X, Y, and Z, people will be so grateful that you took the time to meet with them, hear what's really going on, and actually give them resources. Instead of selling your thing, you are solving their problem. And they will remember you for that, because now they'll know a little bit more about what you do and who you help and when they should call you. So in these 4 groups we've talked about potential referral partners, we've talked about potential collaborators, we've talked about cool ass humans, and we've talked about potential clients. For almost referral partners being an exception, for everybody else, you are simply like, how can I get to know a good person and see if we have things in common that maybe relate to business, maybe not relate to business. With referral partners, I would suggest going in with the intention of curiosity. You're not trying to see if they're going to give you business right away. You're simply a dialing for fit to say, are we a fit to be on each other's radars as potential referral partners? And with potential clients, you're simply listening first. You're like, what problems do you have? And maybe it's not at all with your area of business that they need help with, or the area that you're trying to work with. But seriously, anytime you can be helpful, they're going to remember that you were interested in them first, and they are going to remember you and come back. So instead of thinking about networking as a push, as a must meet people to get clients, let's think about, let's meet people so we can be interested in them, so they can think we're interesting, so we can actually be of service to an ecosystem. Start planting those seeds. The more people that know about you, even if they are not your potential clients, the more people they know about you and that can talk about you on your behalf, the more people that can subscribe to your newsletters, the more people that can like and boost your social media posts, the more people that have access to networks that you don't have. This is when we think about expanding our ecosystem, why like trying to get clients is actually the second order effect, because we're first expanding our network of people that know about us, being of service, being embedded in communities of care. And then the more people that know about us, the more likely it is that they're going to stumble across somebody that needs you, that needs your services, and will refer business to you. So when we're thinking about networking, don't think about how many transactions can I make? Think about how many people can I be interested in this week and month? Does this change your perception of networking? I'd love to know. Drop a comment. Let me know how this changes your networking approach. Again, if you love this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this, and share it with your friends. Here's a deeper business.